Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Everyday Conversations channel. I'm your host, Lily.
And I am your host, James. We are so happy that you are here with us today.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Lily. Today we're talking about three small words that confuse many English learners: in, into, and inside.
They look similar, they sound similar, but they are not the same.
Exactly. And by the end of this episode, you'll clearly understand when to use each one with simple, real-life examples.
Let's start with the easiest one, in.
In usually shows position. It tells us where something is. No movement, just location.
For example, I am in the room.
That means you are inside the room already. You are not moving. You were just there.
Here's another one. The keys are in my bag.
Again, no movement. The keys are already there.
So remember this simple idea. In equals position.
Now let's look at into. This word shows movement from outside to inside.
Yes, movement is the key idea here. Something goes from one place to another place.
For example, I walked into the room.
That means first you were outside the room. Then you moved. Now you are inside.
Here's another one. She put the keys into her bag.
First, the keys were outside the bag. Then she moved them. Now they are inside.
So if there is movement from outside to inside, we use into.
Let's compare two sentences. I am in the car.
That means you are sitting inside the car right now.
I got into the car.
That means first you were outside, then you opened the door and moved inside. That action is into.
Very important difference.
Now let's talk about inside. This word is very similar to in, but it is more specific or more physical.
Inside focuses on the inner part of something.
For example, it's cold outside. Let's go inside.
Here, inside means the inner part of the building or house.
You can also say, the children are playing inside the house.
And notice something interesting. In many situations, in and inside can both work.
For example, the kids are in the house. The kids are inside the house.
Both are correct. Inside just feels a little stronger. It emphasizes the physical space.
Let's imagine it's raining. You're standing outside your house. You open the door and walk into the house.
That's movement, so we use into.
Now you are in the house.
That's position, so we use in.
And if your friend says, come inside,
that means come to the inner part of the house.
Same situation, three different words, three different meanings.
Here's another example. The cat jumped into the box.
That's movement. The cat was outside the box first.
Now the cat is in the box.
That's position.
And maybe the dog is waiting outside, but the cat is safe inside the box.
Good example.
Here's a common mistake. I threw the ball in the basket.
That sounds strange. We usually say, I threw the ball into the basket.
Because the ball moved from outside to inside.
If the ball is already there, then we say, the ball is in the basket.
Let's talk about time. In is also used for time. For example, I was born in 1995.
We cannot say into 1995. That is incorrect.
Into usually shows physical movement, not time.
And inside is rarely used for time expressions.
Here's another common mistake. She walked in the room.
That feels incomplete. It's better to say she walked into the room.
Because you were describing movement from outside to inside.
But if she is already inside and moving around, you can say she walked in the room.
Very important difference.
Let's review. In equals location.
Into equals movement from outside to inside.
Inside equals the inner part of something and emphasizes physical space.
Let's test our listeners. He ran blank the house because it started raining.
The answer is into. He was outside first.
Next one. The food is blank the fridge.
In the fridge. It's already there.
Last one. Please wait blank the building. It's warmer there.
That would be inside the building.
English prepositions are small but powerful.
If you focus on movement versus position, you will usually choose the correct word.
And when you want to emphasize the inner part of a place, you can use inside.
Practice with your daily life. Say things like, I'm in the kitchen. I walked into the kitchen.
All right, let's
Come
go
inside.
deeper because
Learning
there are
English
a
should
few
be a little
tricky
fun
situations
and a
where
little
learners
dramatic.
get confused.
Thanks for listening,
Yes,
everyone. Keep
especially
practicing
when
and
in
keep
and
speaking.
into both seem possible.
For example, he crashed his car into a tree.
That's movement with impact. The car moved from one place and hit the tree, so we must use into.
Exactly. But if we say the car is in the tree,
That sounds strange, but grammatically it means the car is located inside the tree somehow. No movement described.
good. Now listen to this. She poured water into the glass.
Movement from outside the glass to inside the glass, so into.
Now the water is in the glass.
Position.
Let's try something more abstract. Sometimes into is used for changes.
Ah, yes, this is important.
For example, the caterpillar turned into a butterfly.
That means it changed from one form to another form.
So here, into shows transformation.
Another example, he translated the book into English.
The book changed from one language to another language.
So into can also mean change or transformation, not only physical movement.
That's a great point. Now let's look at inside in more detail. Sometimes inside can be a noun.
Right. For example, I looked inside.
Here, inside means the inner part of something, but we don't mention the object again.
You might knock on a door and ask, is anyone inside?
Perfect example. We don't say, is anyone in that situation unless the meaning is different.
True. Is anyone in usually means, is anyone home?
English is funny sometimes.
Very funny.
Now let's compare these two sentences carefully. He jumped in the pool. He jumped into the pool.
Both can be correct, but the meaning changes slightly.
Yes, he jumped into the pool clearly shows movement from outside to inside.
He jumped in the pool can mean he was already in the water and he jumped while inside.
So again, movement direction matters.
Here's another example. She ran into her friend at the supermarket.
That's interesting because it's not physical inside movement.
Right. Run into someone is an expression. It means to meet someone by accident.
So sometimes into is part of a phrasal verb.
Exactly, like look into, which means to investigate.
For example, the police will look into the problem.
That does not mean they will physically go inside the problem.
Hopefully not. It means they will investigate it carefully.
So learners must be careful. Sometimes into is about movement, sometimes about change, and sometimes it's part of a fixed expression.
Let's talk about doors.
Okay.
She came into the house quietly.
Movement from outside to inside.
She is in the house now.
Position.
She stayed inside the house all day.
Emphasizing that she did not go outside.
Now imagine a box.
I like simple examples.
You put your hand into the box.
Your hand moves from outside to inside.
Your hand is in the box.
Position again.
And maybe something is hiding inside the box.
Emphasizing the inner part.
Now let's talk about buildings and cities. We say, I live in London.
Yes, we use in for cities and countries.
We do not say into London unless we are talking about movement.
For example, I drove into London this morning.
That shows movement toward the inner area of the city.
But once you arrive, you are in London.
Exactly.
Here's another common mistake. He went in the kitchen.
That sounds incomplete.
It's better to say he went into the kitchen.
Because he moved from another room to the kitchen.
But if he was already there, you can say he was in the kitchen.
Now let's make a small story.
I love stories.
Yesterday, I heard a strange noise outside my house.
Oh no.
I went outside to check. Then I walked back into the house quickly because it was cold.
Good use of into.
Once I was in the house, I locked the door.
Position.
Then I heard the noise again, but this time it was coming from inside the house.
Now that's scary.
Very scary.
Notice how we used all three words naturally in one story.
That's how you should practice. Create small stories in your head.
Let's try another quick exercise. I'll say a sentence and you say if we need in, into, or inside.
Okay?
She put the groceries blank the refrigerator.
Into the refrigerator. Movement.
Now they are blank the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator.
It's warmer blank the building than outside.
Inside the building.
Good. Now a tricky one. He walked blank the park.
That means he was already at the park and he walked around there.
But if he entered the park from outside, we say he walked into the park.
Exactly.
These small differences make your English more natural and more accurate.
And when you understand movement versus position, everything becomes clearer.
Don't try to memorize hundreds of rules. Just ask yourself one question. Is there movement from outside to inside?
If yes, use into.
If no movement and just location, use in.
And if you want to emphasize the inner space or contrast with outside, use inside.
Now let's explore a few more examples because repetition helps learning.
Absolutely. The dog ran into the house when it started raining.
Later, the dog was in the house, sleeping.
And the children stayed inside because the weather was bad.
Simple, clear, natural English.
Now let's look at one more tricky area. Sometimes native speakers use in instead of into in casual speech.
Yes, especially in American English.
For example, he jumped in the car and drove away.
Technically, jumped into the car is more precise, but in everyday speech, people often say jumped in the car.
So if you hear that, don't panic.
But when you are learning, it's better to understand the difference clearly first.
Once you understand the rule, you can notice how real speakers use it.
And that's when your listening skills improve a lot.
Let's continue with more real-life mini situations. Imagine you're cooking. You pour soup into a bowl.
Now the soup is in the bowl.
You carry the bowl into the living room.
Now you are in the living room eating.
And you prefer to eat inside because it's too hot outside.
See, natural conversation, natural grammar.
The more you hear it in context, the easier it becomes.
And if you make mistakes, that's okay. Even small children mix these words when they're learning.
Language learning is a process. Step by step, sentence by sentence, you improve.
Now let's explore another interesting use of into that many learners don't know about.
All right, let's continue with that interesting use of into that many learners don't know about.
Yes, this one is very common in daily English.
We often use into to talk about interests.
Exactly. For example, I'm really into music these days.
That means you are very interested in music.
Another example, she's into fitness and healthy eating.
That means she likes it a lot. It's part of her lifestyle.
Notice there's no physical movement here.
Right, it's more like emotional movement or interest.
So if someone asks you, what are you into?
They are asking about your hobbies or interests.
You might say, I'm into podcasts, I'm into photography, I'm into learning English.
That's a great answer.
Now let's compare that with in. We do not say, I'm in music, unless we mean professionally.
Yes, if you say, I work in music, that means your job is in the music industry.
Very different meaning from I'm into music.
So, small prepositions, big meaning changes.
Let's also talk about another expression with into, get into.
Good one. For example, I got into the car.
That's physical movement.
But we also say, I got into trouble.
That does not mean you walked inside trouble physically.
It means you started having problems.
Another one, she got into university.
That means she was accepted.
So get into can mean enter physically, start something, or be accepted somewhere.
English loves flexibility. Now let's return to inside one last time.
Inside is often used when we contrast it with outside.
For example, it's dark outside, but it's warm inside.
Or the children must stay inside because it's storming.
Here, inside clearly contrasts with the outside environment.
We can also say, there's something inside my pocket.
That emphasizes the inner part of the pocket.
But if I say, my phone is in my pocket,
That sounds more neutral, less emphasis.
both are correct, but the feeling is slightly different.
Now let's do a final comparison exercise with a short story.
I'll start. Yesterday, I was standing outside my office building.
Then what happened?
My boss walked into the building very quickly.
Movement from outside to inside. Good.
I followed him and went into the building too.
Again, movement.
Soon, we were in the building waiting for the elevator.
Position.
The elevator doors opened and we stepped into the elevator.
Movement again.
Then we were in the elevator going up.
Position.
When we arrived, we stayed inside the office all day because we had many meetings.
Emphasizing that you did not go outside. And at the end of the day, we walked out of the building.
That's the opposite direction.
Exactly.
That short story shows how natural these words are in everyday life.
You don't need complicated grammar rules. Just think about direction and position.
Ask yourself, is something moving from outside to inside?
If yes, use into.
Is something already there?
Use in.
Do you want to emphasize the inner space or contrast with outside?
Use inside. Before we finish, let's quickly fix a few common mistakes.
Good idea. Incorrect. She entered in the room.
Correct, she entered the room, or she went into the room.
Incorrect. He put the money into his pocket.
Careful, that should be into as one word when it shows movement. He put the money into his pocket.
But into as two words can exist in other structures.
Yes, for example, he came in to see the doctor.
That's in plus to, not the preposition into.
Small spelling difference, big grammar difference.
One more mistake. I'm inside my home now.
That is not wrong, but most native speakers would say, I am at home, or I am in my house.
Inside my home sounds very specific or dramatic.
Like you're hiding from something.
Exactly.
So always think about what sounds natural in real conversation.
The more you listen to English podcasts, movies, and conversations, the more natural these prepositions will feel.
And remember, mistakes are part of learning.
Every fluent speaker once said, I walked in the room when they meant into.
Practice with small sentences every day. Describe your actions.
I'm walking into the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen now.
It's warmer inside.
See how simple that is?
Before we close, here's your final mini challenge. Today, pay attention to how you use in, into, and inside.
Try to notice them when you read or listen to English.
And try to use at least 5 correct sentences in your own speech.
The more you practice, the more automatic it becomes.
And one day, you won't even think about it.
It'll just feel right.
That's the goal of learning grammar, not memorizing rules forever, but using them naturally.
We hope this episode helped you understand the difference clearly.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep speaking.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.